Welcome to Thursday's programme. An employment tribunal has heard that a transgender doctor was left feeling distressed and afraid after being told by a nurse not to use the women's changing rooms at work. Dr. Beth Upton, a trans woman, described being confronted by nurse Sandra Peggie, who's said to have stated that a man couldn't be in the changing room at Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy. Dr. Upton and NHS Fife dispute the claims in the employment case. Stephen Godden reports.
Face obscured among a group of supporters, Beth Upton arrives at the tribunal for the first time. Afraid to go outside was how the doctor summed up the personal impact of this case, a judge having refused to grant anonymity and ruling each side could use their preferred language and pronouns. In Dr. Upton's case, she, her. The tribunal heard that Dr. Upton began transitioning in 2022. I consider my gender to be female, the doctor told the judge. The tribunal also heard that when Beth Upton began working at the Victoria Hospital in 2023, a supervisor said the junior doctor should use the female changing room. A first encounter with Sandy Peggie in the changing room was the same month. Beth Upton told the tribunal, "My impression was she was uncomfortable being in the room with me." The doctor said a second meeting 2 months later followed a similar pattern, with the nurse leaving quickly. "It's happened twice," Dr. Upton told the tribunal. "I'm thinking this is somebody who's got a problem with me or with trans people. I thought I need to make a note of it and tell someone senior in case it escalates." The doctor went on to describe being ignored by Sandy Peggie on another occasion while they were both treating a patient, before a third incident in the female changing room on Christmas Eve that led to the nurse being suspended. She repeated that I can't be here, that it's not safe, that she understood I was going through some sort of process, but that as a man I couldn't be in the changing room. I responded, "I'm not a man, I can be in the changing room. If she has a problem, then there are formal channels to raise it, but this isn't an appropriate time or place." Dr. Upton took a comment during the exchange about prisons to be a comparison to a high-profile news story about Isla Bryson, a convicted sexual predator who was transgender and initially held in a women's prison. "I was really upset. It was terrible to be compared to someone like that," Dr. Upton told the tribunal. "It's scary when you're in a vulnerable place, unlikely to be overheard, being confronted with lies about you and your community. I was afraid." Targeted was how Beth Upton described being included in Sandy Peggie's claim for harassment and victimisation against NHS Fife. The doctor will continue giving evidence tomorrow. Stephen Godden, reporting Scotland, Dundee.